Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Juggernaut, and today we're playing some Warhammer 3 Total War. Now, excuse me for just a second. Part of the reason is I really missed this game and I haven't played it in a while, and I realised today that there are a number of races that I haven't played at all on the channel, and I picked up some extra DLC that I was missing, and, figured this will be fine. And one of the races that I never touched on this channel at all are these guys, the Lizardmen. Now, truth be told, I haven't played much with them myself, and so yeah, this is not gonna be particularly easy, is it? Now, I'm going to reduce the AI anti-player bias a little bit. I'm going to enable all of this over here, and then I'm also sure we can do autosaves. Device minimal, unlimited time. And then let's go with endgame difficulty at 150. 10 turns warning seems about right. And this is what we're going to do. So, we're playing as we're playing as the Lizardmen, the Legendary Lord, his ability, faction, and all that I will get into in a second. There is something that I wanted to mention early on, and I'm not quite sure how to go about it. This is a modded version of the game, and it has some 45-ish mods, give or take a few. The problem is I can't really list all of them out. I think one option would be for me to screenshot this and post it somewhere, or maybe, I'll tell you what, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it in the Discord. Yeah, there you go. I'm going to, if you want to take a look at the list of mods that I'm using, come over to the community Discord, and you can check it out there. It's just the most convenient thing, honestly. I can, and probably should, open up the other thing here on Steam as well, but we can do that in maybe the second episode before I actually load up the game or something like that. We will see. If you're curious about the exact mods that I'm using, check out the list. Sorry, over at the community Discord. For those of you that don't want to bother, some of the main mods I'm using is the Old World campaign with the faction unlocker, and then on top of that, mostly it's going to be quality of life improvements. I don't have SFO, I don't have any of the big overhaul things. It's mainly, like for the... Whoops, that is not what I wanted to do. For the vast majority of these things, it is just quality of life things. So, with that in mind, let's get going. First and foremost, The Returned. This is our faction name currently, at least. Silent Sanctums. Unlock long-lost sanctums in any visible region to grant Oxyotl local bonuses and secret visibility. Visions of the Old Ones. Receive missions to thwart chaos activity around the world in return for blessed spawnings and other rewards. Minus 25% upkeep for Skink and Chameleon Skink units. And additional +1 melee attack, defense, and leadership for all Skink infantry. +1 speed and missile damage per experience rank for all Skink infantry units. On top of all of that, we also have the Legendary Lord abilities, which is Oxyotl, and his abilities are over here. He that hunts unseen. Access to Masterful Ambush stance, requiring less movement range to adopt, with a reduced detection chance. Experience gain plus 100% when fighting against chaos. Missile pierce damage for Skink infantry, and diplomatic immunity for trespassing. That's what he gets personally. On top of that, as far as he himself is concerned, we have to unlock all the other stuff. Heavily focused around Skinks, as you can probably tell. But that's not the only thing. Also have Fusion Wizard, which is another mod. Just lets you fuse things a little bit faster if you have a bunch of items. As I was saying... Oh, one of the more important mods I'm using is proactive garrisons. Garrisons that can sally out. So let's say you have a garrison that is... Where do we check that? It's down here somewhere. that is this big, you can actually use it as a standing army to go out and attack stuff that is near your settlement. You can't mobilize it to attack anything out there, obviously, but you can attack nearby settlements. Sorry, nearby units, not settlements. You can't attack settlements, you can attack nearby units such as rebels, invading forces that are limited in size, so on and so forth. So, let's increase the mobility of Oxyotl. We have blessed spawnings of skink skirmishers. Ooh, you see, that's not bad at all. I think I'm gonna grab a couple, or maybe not. Nah, see, that gives me spawning sequence. I should probably save that for some of the more advanced stuff that I won't be able to recruit early on. Now, I do have a Silent Sanctum, and this is a new mechanic that I haven't played with before, which is fairly interesting, I'm not gonna lie. Ward save in all armies here in adjacent region. Yeah, but only one of these can exist per faction. Okay. Chance to sanctum patrol or ambush enemy armies in the local region. Don't really need that. And then I can put down an armory building, which is either going to give me armor, ammunition and missile strength, or melee weapons. And then I can upgrade the Silent Sanctum to level 4, which is expensive as all hell. Jesus. But it does give me visibility over all adjacent regions and spawning sequence 10 per turn. Which, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm probably going to be relying on initially. Because why wouldn't I be? But I do need reduced recruitment cost. That's not bad either, because this will be my recruiting center. What does this give me? Less upkeep. Tell you what, I'm going to plop this down immediately, and I'm going to put down the recruitment stuff as well. Get that sorted, because this isn't going up to level 2 anytime soon, and I'm about to fight in several battles, so that ought to be fine. So I can travel to this point, kind of like a fast travel system. And then I can do this. That's very interesting. Now, there is one more thing that I forgot to mention, and that is habitable land. We are the Lizardmen. Everything except the other dimension, which is this, like the immaterial dimension, is habitable for us. And even this is not that bad. As you can see, 50% increased construction cost, -1 control. Construction time, sorry, 30% cost, 50% time. It's not good, but it's not the end of the world. It's not red, right? It's not completely red. Pretty impressive. Let's take a look at the tech tree as well, because I haven't played the Lizardmen ever since they received this update for, well, for all of these things, really. So, we have the Cold-Blooded, which is unit buffs, I would assume. Yeah, it's unit buffs, and then we have the Great Plan, which is economy, buildings, and etc., is it not? Yes, it is. Alright. Well, I need growth, first and foremost. Yeah, so we're going to grab that really quickly. And we have that battle waiting for us, that's not a problem. Now, how do these web things work? I used to remember this, I used to know, but it was a long, long time ago, and I think it was in Warhammer II as well. So, yeah. The strength of the geomantic web affects the power of commandments issued across your territory. A settlement must be linked to another of equal or higher strength if it is to operate at its maximum potential. The color of the rings... something. Sorry, I just got distracted by this. The color of the rings around settlement indicate the current strength of the web. Pulsing ring indicate the settlement is not operating at its maximum potential strength. Upgrades the strength of the web in nearby settlements in this case. Right. Is this linked to the settlement tier? Because it goes from strength 1 to strength 5. It probably is, isn't it? Okay. Simple enough. And then we also have the rights. Can't perform any of them right now, so I won't be looking at them too much. And as far as vision of the old one is concerned, destroy the following faction's Serpent's Harem. Sorry. Travel to selected destination. That's interesting. I find it really fascinating that you can just travel like that. Okay, tell you what, we've looked at all manner of things long enough. Let's get an actual battle in. Now, I'm going to be completely honest with you and you know, value full transparency on this channel and all the good things. Put that away. Like I said, I will value transparency and all good things. Now, I am, brutally honest with you, on a vacation right now. At the time of you seeing this video, I am probably swimming merrily somewhere along the shores of Greece. And part of the reason why I want to do this video and want to do this series is to have something for the channel that is that I can play in the background. Or not really in the background, but something for the channel that I can play while I'm away. That's sort of a background thing for the channel. It's not one of the main series, and something that is, you know, fun to watch, but also at the same time relatively easy to record. And Total War games are pretty much just that. They're easy to record, easy to edit, all of those good things, and they don't require particularly, I was going to say much effort, but that sounds a little bit wrong, but you know what I mean. They don't require all that much work from me. Now, I can increase his range. Is this a toggleable thing, or is it... Yeah, it is a toggleable thing. Tell you what, increase your range. I don't need speed or charge bonus. I need you to snipe him. As for you, what? Go! You're supposed to be really, really awesome at throwing those javelins. Prove it. Alright, lovely. Couple of other quality of life mods that I can think of that I have going is a mod to improve the behavior of the AI, so they won't forget orders as much. Although for the life of me I don't remember what the actual title of the mod is. But essentially, if you order the AI to attack an enemy unit, it will continue repeating that order if it sort of forgets. It automates the order and it'll issue the order on its own. The mod will, I mean. On top of that, there are a couple of mods that increase the speed of missiles, although that only impacts missiles in the form of guns. So black powder projectiles and stuff like that, they fire off a little bit faster. And yeah, outside of that, not much vital that I can think of. Of course, you have to have a couple of library mods with that. That always increases the sheer number that you have going, and so on, of course. Alright. Let's see, so part of the cavalry is back. And I reckon I just loose these guys on the enemy. Now, I need you to shoot him as much as possible. You need to shoot them. And you need to shoot them. Now, does this actually work? I'm gonna be honest with you, it's working about as well as I expected it to. Focus fire on the enemy. General. These Chameleon Skinks are taking a little bit more damage than I would like them to take. So what, I'm just going to pull them out. Yeah, pull these guys out as well. Try and spread out the damage as much as we can. Oh yeah, that works. That definitely works. Let's see. Still need you out of there. Probably need them out of there as well, ideally. Yeah, good. That was almost perfect. More or less exactly how I wanted that to play out. Huge fan. There we go, I'm gonna cut out the loading screens, I think, in the future as well. I didn't put any of these toxins or modifiers to the weapons, did I? Tell you what, put one on you. And we can put one on you for now. Why not? Kill and eat, we can exterminate, or we can grab some money. I think we're gonna desperately need every single coin we can possibly get our hands on early on, so that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Now, as far as the skill tree is concerned, Oxyotl doesn't have... It's not Oxyotl, it's Oxyotl. Oxyotl. Anyways, Oxyotl. That is way too difficult to pronounce. From henceforth, our Legendary Lord. Our Legendary Lord doesn't have that many skills to go down. There's the combat path, there's the leadership path, and the strategic path down there. Let's call it the blue one. Honestly, I kind of want all of them. The question is, what do we grab first? Well, this will give him reload time. This will give him missile strength. I like that. Let's go with that. I like the idea of having him be the assassin on the battlefield and snipe enemy lords or units or whatever. Needs sniping. So I'll tell you what, that's exactly what we're going to do. And then it's another field battle. Unfortunately, I do have to play it. Well, I suppose that your mileage may vary on that. So a bit of coffee. Depends on how much you like these one-sided battles, which aren't exactly the most difficult, but can have some pretty fun engagements nonetheless. I like them, honestly. I do. I play the game mostly for the battles themselves, rather than the strategic layer, although, that said, I do like the strategic layer as well, don't get me wrong. It's just that this is the sort of main thing that I like the most. How do we fight these? Conventional wisdom would say this, and then wait for them to approach. Alternatively, this is not a bad spot either. Yeah, we're going to go all the way up there. And you putting down there. And we can put the rest of these dinosaurs like so. Is it offensive to call them dinosaurs? Probably. Feral Bastillodons, right? Yeah, whatever those are. This time around, I do want you to have some speed. Range is not going to be all that important. Let's see how the new attacks work out. They're sundering, they're piercing. And they're doing a wonderful job of exactly what I need them to do. Lovely. Drew 2 enemy infantry units, and he's gonna exterminate both of them. I don't have to worry about them one bit. Could it get any better? Now, the enemy forces do have a unit of hunters. Resource strength 35. That's not bad. I outrange them, fortunately enough. See what we can do about that cavalry trying to get to the flanks. Probably not the best units to be facing it, but it'll do. Alright, here you go. Here comes the main fight. Let's just see how he's doing. Fine. Yeah, I need you to hit them. Good. Starting to see a problem with this unit composition. It's the lack of frontline troops. We're going to need some Saurus warriors, and soon. Hopefully we can get the blessed variants of those. Now, did you manage to actually eliminate these guys? How much damage did he do? 6,000 damage dealt, the gold value around 300, but that doesn't matter, we're looking at raw damage numbers. 6.8 thousand. Yeah, it's alright. If we compare it to, like, these skinks, 2 point something thousand, yeah. Definitely the best unit in the army. I did not mean to drop that. That was a saucer where I keep my coffee. It tends to stick to the cup sometimes when it's very warm. I have Lord of the Rings saucers. They're freaking awesome. This one says, "Speak friend and enter." Got them for like 10 cents each off of website that shall not be named for sponsoring purposes in the future, potentially. Who knows? Jokes aside, I got them off of Temu for like, or was it AliExpress? One of the two for like 10 cents each. And there we go. Settlement is ours. We are going to just occupy it. Thank you very much. That is Village of the Leopard Skins. Yeah, works. I haven't really thought about that, but eventually I will probably want to rename some of these things, won't I? Less attrition suffered from snow. That is fascinating. Because we have, you know, like leather coats and stuff. That is funny and awesome. Alright. Tell you what though, for now, I like the growth building. But I need The spawning pool. Yeah. And then we go the route marcher thing down below and increase mobility, because that is everything. How do we unlock Sanctum rights? They are ancient listening posts that provide local visibility and additional buildings to benefit Oxyotls, local forces. Completing Visions of the Old One missions generates the recovery of lost Sanctum gems needed to unlock them. Every sequence of 8 in the Ring of Gems unlocks the Sanctum in any visible region of the world, regardless of ownership. Right. How many do I get for finishing this? I get 8. Ah. Interesting. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, we're gonna get rid of the mangrove port as well. And after we do that, we can probably grab something along the lines of a teleport over there, or we will see. I don't know. Question, what do we get when we build the tier 3 one over here? We get Saurus Warriors with shields. What are they like compared to regular Saurus Warriors? Pretty much exactly the same, they just have shields. Okay. Not worth it. So, we're going to grab 2 of those, just to have a slightly more decent front line. And next turn. That's decent coffee, that is. Oh, I haven't mentioned this. This was a thing back in the previous Total War Warhammer 3 Let's Play. I talked about this in like a couple of episodes, but ladies and gentlemen, I can confirm several months after the last Let's Play was released, I found it. Now, what is he talking about? In terms of coffees, I talked about how I really like those flavored packages of like 3-in-1 coffee with, I don't know, like banana, coconut, or whatever. Like, those are pretty awesome. Unfortunately, the only form you can get them in, at least here, is a 3-in-1 small little packet for 1 cup. And you can buy a whole bunch of those packets, but they're pretty expensive, right? They're a single serving. There's no way to get a lot of them for cheap. There is a slightly bigger bag of, I think, about 10 of those little packets, but it's plain, like, it's cream flavored or whatever. It's just like, it's very subtle vanilla flavor, that's it. And it's not the best, right? But I mean, it's okay, but it's not the best. But I found it. There was one shop that sold flavored coffee in a jar, like instant coffee in a jar. And it was flavored, and I got it. And then I realized it's missing one of the ingredients of the 3-in-1 coffee, so I now need to buy that as well, which is like a coffee creamer, but like a powdered coffee creamer that you can add to the thing. But I will say, even without it, they taste very watery and sort of diluted without the creamer, but it still tastes pretty fine. And I did some math. It's about 200 times cheaper. No, sorry, 200%. 200 times, I wish. 200% cheaper when you buy in bulk like that. Gotta say, for what, give or take like 6 months of waiting and looking around for that thing, which wasn't available anywhere, finally someone got their hands on it and started selling it in one of the local supermarkets. Not too bad. Not too bad. At any rate, uninteresting and completely unimportant coffee stories aside, the vampires are probably going to be able to recruit. What vampires? They are Norskans, Juggernaut. I am not very focused, I apologise. The Norskans are probably going to be able to recruit a couple of units down here, which is, it's alright. because we are at full strength and the mangrove port is about to fall. Lovely. Before we engage in glorious combat against the enemy, let's see, is there anything I can construct? There is. The Gallery of Oxyotl. At least that's what I'm going to choose to pronounce that. Don't quite need it. Kind of-ish. Yeah, I mean, the 50% is not bad, but we're not recruiting that much. So, yeah, that's alright. Okay, Mangrove Port, battle. That's absolutely delicious, that. So it's more or less the same map, isn't it, with the two circles in the middle. Okay. Not the happiest about the choice of map that we've been given, but alright. Let's see. Put these guys like so. Spread them out a lot, because I don't want them flanking me. And then I will need to move in the main bulk of the melee infantry slowly behind them. But I am sending the hero forward as well. So, let's go. Let's see how it goes. I'm hoping that I can snipe this guy. At least to some extent. By going around him. Although that is unlikely to... Gonna need you to move like that, and then you two are gonna need to go and reserve. That's definitely gonna be a problem, but he is doing a solid chunk of damage to the guys over there while that's happening. And they well, they seem content with letting this happen, so what do I know? Right, the longer you let my legendary lord skirmish, the better off I'll feel about everything. Your attacks are pretty damn vicious as well, aren't they? Yes, they are. Go after your own things. Okay, you can now focus on these guys. Tell you what, you can go after the Marauder Horsemen, and you two can help out our infantry with the problems that they're about to be having. Which are varied and numerous, unfortunately. But what can we do? Oxyotl is taking some damage too, but that's actually not bad. I kind of want him to take a little bit of damage, all things considered. And then I want the two feral dinosaurs to attack the enemy. Big boss. Yeah, see? Okay, now unfortunately they did take a bit of a beating. Well, what can we do about that? This was never going to be won without any casualties. Just want the dinosaurs to fight him. because I don't think he's going to be able to win against 2 giant dinosaurs. And it's kind of funny to see him fight a foe like that. Think of me what you will, and that is what I think. Nice. Some of his units are coming back into the fray. That's not terrific. Well, what can we do? Oh yeah, that was exactly what I wanted to do. Lovely. Can end the fight right there, no need to chase the enemy down, they are inside a settlement technically. Which is under siege and they have nowhere to run. Don't know what to make of the Skink Javelin cohorts. They do a lot of damage. They do a lot more damage than the Chameleon Skinks. But at the same time, they're not a frontline unit by any stretch of the imagination. Chameleon Stalkers do the most amount of damage, according to the post-stat screen. Well, with Oxyotl, of course, but he doesn't count. It's a solid chunk of gold, let me tell you. 750, and we can just occupy it. And we've unlocked the Right of Ferocity. Killed the enemy lord, destroyed the enemy faction. Lovely, lovely. Alright, level up. I would like to increase your missile strength, because I think you're doing a fine job with those missile attacks. And then what's flaming attack? Flying units. Fighting against Dark Elves. Control. Upkeep for all sorts of things. Interesting. I don't have to focus on this right now. I can pick that up later, but yeah. Well, I definitely want you to be the spellcaster of the group, because Oxyotl isn't going to be casting any spells anytime soon. Not that we can blame him. He's not that type of lizard, I would say. Now this has the potential to pay out pretty substantially pretty soon, because it's adjacent provinces as well. So we're going to get all of it here, and we're going to get all of it here, and we're going to get all of it here. Wait, it is adjacent provinces, correct? Wait, no, it's in adjacent regions. It's the same thing. Well, no, -1. So we're going to get it here and here. It's only for regions. This is better. Let me see if I'm reading this right. This is a region. The Kingdom of Beasts is a province. A region is one settlement within, right? Yeah. So it's actually not that good, is it? It's actually not that good. Instead, we should pick this up and go about things ever so slightly differently. Well, who'da thunk, right? Skink skirmishers. Missile strength 18. It's not that much lower. Less range, tons of ammo, obviously. Okay, compare that to Chameleon Stalkers, Chameleon Skinks. Chameleon Skinks are supposed to be better in every way, shape, and form. Okay, I mean, if that's the case, let me get a couple of warriors in there. Upgrade my front line. And then we'll talk about it. As far as this, what do you call it? The commandment. Thank you. Yeah. As far as the commandment is concerned, I'm pretty sure it's just going by growth, magic, and construction time and research. It's not bad. Corruption, attrition while on the siege, holy stellar. That's not good. That's never getting used, more or less. And then this one we're using just when recruiting. So when do we put down this one? Well, when we're done with growth, but the growth increases. Kind of hard to tell off the get-go, not very intuitive. That's why the Empire is one of my favourite factions. It's very intuitive to play. You have economic regions, military recruitment regions, and that's about it. Buildings are very specialised, very clean, and so are the commandments. And really the whole system, like everything around the Empire, is pretty straightforward and streamlined and clean. Lizardmen, not so much. Not so much, especially with the secret buildings and special shrines and uncovering ancient Watchhammer habits. Yeah. It's complicated. Alright, well, I think this will do for the first episode, about 40 minutes of it or so. Thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Please do remember to like, subscribe down below if you enjoyed the video, and we'll stay tuned with the rest of the series and the rest of the content that I produce here on the channel. Until next time, my name's Juggernaut. Have fun, take care, and bye-bye. And I'll see you in the next episode, when I'm assuming we're going to cross the border into the Immaterium and fight some Slaneshi things. Until then, bye-bye.